This was a slap in the face to see hate written all over the streets.
Tonight at 10, a hate speech investigation. Anti-Semitic phrases discovered in Montgomery County and outside of an elementary school. We're talking with neighbors who helped cover those words and what police are looking into. Plus, a fatal home explosion where a lot was leveled, reduced to rubble. 2 people dead. What area investigators say was called in just before the ordeal.
And we have showers around us, but we don't have any showers in our backyard. When will we see some showers? Stick around. I'll have that in a 7-day forecast coming up.
And a retired D.C. police detective helping ex-convicts and those still behind bars through his ministry. He's known as the undercover pastor, this week's DMV doer. And yes, we're tracking those grocery prices. The comparison to help guide your next stop at the supermarket. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. Want to get right to your forecast with Scott Sumner? My oh my, it was money, money, money today, Scott.
Oh yeah, it was good. Wasn't it a good day out there? I'll tell you, driving in today, it's like I wanted to turn around and go back home.
Sorry, you got to show up to work, buddy.
I had to come to work. Yeah, I had to, but you know, it's part of the deal. But anyway, yeah, it was nice out there, and it's nice now. 76 degrees. We got clear skies out there. A much better looking and feeling night compared to what we had last night in the district. As you well know, we had some rain showers, a small strip or line of them, but still came down between, I want to say, around 9, 10 o'clock and eventually ended around 11. But none of that now. We have temperatures that are comfortably in the 70s. We'll drop through into the middle 60s here and then start to turn the corner. We go back up to the middle 70s as we get to around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. So with that in mind, that's kind of how you mentally prepare yourself to get ready for work tomorrow. With regards to dressing for work tomorrow, no need for any heavy raincoat or anything of that nature tomorrow. Matter of fact, have your sunglasses handy. Right now, we do have, again, a few clouds drifting in and out of the region, but overall, this sums it up nicely. Pleasant start to the week. Cooler temperatures, lower humidity. Now, our storm chances do make a return. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be void. We're not going to see beautiful weather for the next 10 to 12 days, but storm chances do make a return, and we're also watching the tropics. We'll show you that, what may be brewing out in the Atlantic.
All right, Scott. Well, Montgomery County police are searching for leads tonight after anti-Semitic phrases were spray painted in a parking lot at a Bethesda elementary school. Police say people at a farmer's market nearby found that graffiti early this morning. And our Dave Laval brings us up to speed.
First, we want to warn you, you may find some of the video you're about to see disturbing. There's still a lot of shock and anger here at Bethesda Elementary School regarding what happened on campus early Sunday morning.
Sheer shock. Sheer shock.
Rita Akadid did not like what she saw in the parking lot of Bethesda Elementary School. She and others used chalk to cover up anti-Semitic graffiti someone painted there. Akadid is from Morocco and is Muslim. She condemns the vandalism.
I certainly understand the plight of the Palestinians from the background, this history, but this is not okay to deface other people's property.
Akadid came across the graffiti while she and her staff set up shop at the farmers market on campus. The messages mostly condemn and attack Israel and Jews.
I didn't really like what I saw.
Omar Abu Musa is part of the staff and is also Muslim.
Obviously, I'm a supporter of like Palestine and a whole like movement, but I don't think this is the right way to do it.
Akadid and her crew used chalk because they had nothing to remove the spray paint.
I was horrified.
Gila Franklin Siegel is with the Jewish Community Relations Council of Greater Washington. She's appalled by the latest anti-Semitic incident around Montgomery County.
But to have such graphic language at an elementary school and in front of a farmer's market, which attracts scores of families every Sunday morning here, was beyond the pale.
Volunteers from the Bethesda Urban Partnership removed the graffiti from the sign at the entrance and painted over others placed in a crosswalk. The vandals did not just target the school. They also painted similar phrases on a building along nearby Delray Avenue. Montgomery County Police are still looking for those responsible. In Bethesda, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Dave tonight. Meantime, 2 people are dead, 2 others hurt, and a dozen families displaced after this house exploded in Bel Air, Maryland this morning. This is just north of Baltimore. The victims killed include who officials believe was the 73-year-old homeowner, the other a contractor for BGE. Police say they were responding to the home around 6:40 for reports of a gas leak. That's when several calls flooded in that the home had exploded. A home next door was heavily damaged. It's there that officials say somebody inside was hurt, as was another contractor nearby. The house that exploded was reportedly for sale. Officials say at least 12 families are without a home after the blast damaged neighbors' houses. All right, in Prince George's County, police are investigating a deadly shooting in Hyattsville that happened last night. Officials responded to Lebanon Street around 7:20. The victim was taken to the hospital before police arrived. The victim died at the hospital. If you have any information, contact authorities. Well, in Virginia, another person has died due to this ongoing listeria outbreak. According to officials, this is the 3rd known person across the country to die because of the outbreak that's linked to recalled Boar's Head deli meat. The company pulled 7 million pounds of cold cuts when a liverwurst sample tested positive for listeria. More than 40 people have reportedly gotten sick in addition to those 3 deaths. Health officials say common symptoms you should look out for, that's fever, muscle aches, and fatigue. Boar's Head is facing 2 lawsuits over the outbreak. Staying in the Commonwealth as students prepare to head back to the classroom, the debate over cell phone use. Earlier this week, teachers, parents, and stakeholders presented ideas for policies that would ban or limit the use of phones during class. It's an order Governor Glenn Youngkin issued last month, directing the State Department of Education to put together plans to adopt cell phone-free policies. During a virtual town hall, many teachers expressed support for a full ban, but parents raised concerns about keeping in touch with their kids in case of an emergency.
I teach in Henrico at the middle school level, and I see firsthand every day that cell phones are a huge distraction. The way I think about it is like allowing a stranger to walk into the classroom any day at any time. You know, no parent or administrator would want that to happen.
The Virginia Department of Education will issue a draft policy by August the 15th. School districts will be required to adopt the new policies by January. The public will have a chance to weigh in before then. All right, in D.C., new calls from frustrated city leaders and residents pushing for more accountability from the 911 call center. Our Tosin Fakile joins us in the studio with more.
Within the last few days, both Councilmember Brianne Nadeau and Robert White outspoken on social media about what they describe as the failure of the 911 call center, using words like disrepair to describe the center. The troubled agency has been under fire several times for many issues, including misdirected calls that some say has led to the death of people and dogs. In February of this year, DC's Office of Unified Communications rolled out a new system for answering 911 calls. On Thursday, Brianne Nadeau posted on X saying the 911 call center, quote, won't take responsibility and must share publicly the changes they'll take to correct systemic failures. Nadeau also mentioned she is waiting to receive data she requested when she wrote to the OUC demanding data on several 911 failures affecting people in Ward 1 by July 19th. Councilmember Robert White posting on X on Friday calling what's happening with the OUC a crisis and says action is needed immediately.
I'm getting a ton of calls from residents about the 911 call system, calls being dropped, first responders sent to the wrong address, people not able to get through. This is causing people to lose their lives. Fire and EMS now uses their own system. It's a public safety issue. It's a public health issue. It's a life-saving issue.
Both White and Nadeau say they've introduced bills to help tackle the issue. Nadeau says her bill, which would separate fire and EMS from police calls, is waiting for a hearing. In the studio, I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.
Yeah, that's certainly a developing story. We'll continue to track it, Tosin. DC's Cherry Blossom Festival hit a new record. This year's event drew nearly 1.6 million people to DC. That exceeds the 2019 festival estimate, 1.5 million visitors. 56% were out of the area, 44% are from the DMV, half of which use Metro to get to the festival. Well, in Montgomery County, a local nonprofit that teaches young adults with learning disabilities is receiving recognition from Maryland's U.S. senators. DC News Now's Christian Pena reports from Sunflower Bakery, where students share their excitement over a multi-$1,000 federal investment.
Senators Van Hollen and Cardin of Maryland awarded Sunflower Bakery with a hefty prize of $75,000 for helping individuals with disabilities. The executive director of this nonprofit tells me the ultimate goal is to teach individuals how to discover the knowledge that's within them.
Making a brighter future with students with learning challenges is becoming slightly easier after Sunflower Bakery received a surprise award from Maryland Senators Van Hollen and Cardin.
It's a game changer for Sunflower. Not only does this help us scale and grow our programs, but it really elevates our work to a different level.
Executive Director Jody Tigg tells DC News Now the award will help them expand their teaching initiatives by offering additional training options. The local nonprofit specializes in rolling out robust workforce development training in pastry arts and hospitality, with the goal of teaching people with disabilities that they too can make it.
We're looking to shift employment cultures so that there's more acceptance and understanding for people with learning differences coming into the workforce.
The specialized school works with students for 26 weeks and aims to increase the number of employed people with disabilities in the state. And for Sunflower Bakery student Teresa, the rigorous training has helped her identify her skill set after struggling to find employment on her own.
I know how to make goals that are achievable and doable and in a timely manner, and I know what kind of traits I have as an employee.
But more importantly, she's learning at Sunflower Bakery that one's differences are what makes an individual unique.
Sometimes it feels like it's really hard to stand on the same footing as other people, but in reality, you're the same too. Your brain just works a little differently.
The nonprofit also offers intensive internship programs for some of its graduates. The ultimate goal is to prepare individuals to enter any workforce they desire. For now, reporting out of Rockville, Maryland, I'm Christian Pena at DC News Now.
Our thanks to Christian.